Hi. I forgot to turn my light on. I'm like not with it. What is this? This is not even the right one. Sorry, guys. I'm a hot mess today, apparently. I'm not prepared. There, that's better. I can see. Let there be light. Hey, Mischief. How you doing? Glad to see you here. You're always my number one ride or die. Is it Deli? Deli B. Hey, y'all. Good to see you. I don't recognize your name, but it's always good to see a new, I started to say face, but name. I don't know. I kind of pretend like I can see you. Hi, Dawn. It was such a good live you did last night. I really enjoyed it. Denise, hi. Denise is a member of our channel, and we always appreciate that. Never expect it, but absolutely appreciate it. Susan P. Yeah, we're all here, all this girls right now, right? So yeah, this one's not going to be real long. I've got my cup of my tea from Mischief Managed. Got a new tea mug. I don't know if you can read that. I thought it was kind of cute. So my husband just like shakes his head when I get anything that, you know, says anything spicy. Oh, you're a new subscriber. Good. Thank you. I hope you come back often. Um, I love new subscribers. I really do. If you aren't a subscriber and you want to be, please do hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber and you want to be, please check and make sure you are still a subscriber. And I'll probably repeat that because I have my notes and it's in the notes to say it. So y'all just get to listen to me. Hey, Nico, how you doing? Good to see you guys. Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and see what happens. Nico's a member too, y'all. Sending that love. We love those sending that love. So look at me, y'all. 2 days in a row that I'm on the tubes. I was kind of questioning whether I was going to do it or not. I woke up, I felt absolutely horrible. I had some stuff I had to take care of today. Got that done. Had an amazing phone conversation with somebody that I'm going to be having on the channel in a couple of days, and that will get announced maybe later tonight, if not tomorrow. And I'm excited about that. And just, it energized me. Just talking to my future guest really, really, really energized me. Thank you, Dawn. That's very sweet. Last night, you were like looking good. I swear, you look like you're 25 or something. It just makes me so jealous. I'm like, she can't be even anywhere near my age. But, mm, tea's still a little hot, but oh, it's so good. I bought some more, y'all, and I bought some that's like it, but it's a nighttime one. So, you know. Oh, if anybody likes this lip color, just to get it out of the way, get the important stuff done. It too is a Sephora lip stain, and it is number 96. And it's more of a dark red. And I was never really able to wear reds, but it seems like I'm starting to wear them. Maybe I'm just getting more bold as I get old. Getting old and bold, y'all. So, yeah. Hi, poet. Good to see you. Yes, Dawn is absolutely beautiful. I just can't get over it. She is gorgeous, like model gorgeous. And your laugh. I love when you laugh. I'm like, I need that laugh recorded. I need it to use it for some kind of a ringtone or when I get a text or something. I need to record your laugh so I can hear it. It was adorable. I mean, not like putting like belittling you. It is like awesome. I love your laugh. Yeah, it's 96 when you get tired from 69. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I don't know about that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Um, I want to welcome you all, whether you're the ones here on the live or if you're here on the replay crew. It just means the world to me when you're here. And oh, anyway, please hit the like and subscribe button, like I said, and go ahead and hit the notification just in case YouTube ever decides to actually send out notifications. I don't even get my own notifications, y'all, and I have it set to send them to me. I don't get them. So, but maybe they'll get their, what together and get that little fixed because it's a lot of channels. It's certainly not mine. Again, if you think you're subscribed, just look and make sure, because you might not be, because I've had several people, about 8 or 9, just in the last 3 or 4 days. Hey, Poet, good to see you. I'm just excited to see everybody. Oh, you got a notification? Good. Maybe the secret is to notify, right before. Because I only notified like 25 minutes or so before I was going live. Usually I do like an hour, hour and a half or so. This time I was like on the phone for a while, so I was kind of slow to get it started. But anyway, we do have super chats and memberships and the merch store. Again, none of that is necessary, but it sure does help with paying the bills that this um, channel and gathers up with me trying to make the videos. And I'm trying to really study my programs and stuff so that I can get better content out to you, and using those apps a little more. So anyway, if you're so inclined, I absolutely appreciate it. If not, not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. Yeah. Oh no, what says, oh my God, 2 days in a row, right? Hey, I'm trying. I'm really trying. I'm on my week of no chemo. I took my dose last night with dinner, and now I get a solid week of no chemo, and I am like thrilled. I needed the break. My doctor, I talked to her today, and she said, yeah, you need the break. That's why we give you a break every 2 weeks, is because your body absolutely needs it. She says, I'm not surprised that you feel so bad. So anyway, she's got me keeping an eye on stuff, but my blood work's great. Everything's great. So it's just chemo, just cancer treatment, y'all. Hello, Cricket Cinema. Good to see you. Absolutely love seeing all of you. So anyway, let's get started. Hold on just a second. I'm not with it today. So I was thinking, I did the one on how people, get into Scientology, which it could also be used for any cult or high pressure group. If you think about it, I mean, it would fit with so many different things. I was thinking about it um, with even some of the jobs that I've had, selling stuff. So um, anyway, I'm sure that a lot of you have been in some kind of a high control situation, and a lot of those things probably ring true for those situations too. Scientology seems to be a little more culty on the outside when you're coming out on that end, more obviously culty. And so, that's what we're going to talk about today. And what gets me is, for a religion that says that they can cure all the diseases and fix all of the problems and save the planet, y'all. I mean, talk about, overachievers now. They sure do seem to have a problem retaining membership, which I am so grateful for. It got to asking me, why? What makes the members leave? I mean, it's kind of not even true. I kind of know from listening to some of the second and third gens what made them leave, but just in general, like what made them leave, because they all have different stories of what was their moment of that, like, that's enough. And so, I'm just wondering, like, what was it? So I started doing a deep dive on what makes just general people that I don't know. I want to know what made them leave. And so, oh gosh, sorry, I lost my. Oh yeah. Okay. My thumb was on the. I'm terrible about my thumb being in the way. I just start to think about, what if I was a member, right? And what if this video was somehow one that I somehow saw, like, I'm a Scientologist and I saw some woman from Oklahoma sitting there making a video about Scientology, and what would make me listen to her. And I just wondered, maybe it would be my stupid accent. Some people find it charming. I find it horrific. But, you know, maybe that would cause some people to stop. Maybe it's because I do just come off as me. I'm not, real professional or anything. I'm just sitting here in my dining room at my table drinking my tea, y'all, and you know, maybe maybe my voice would help somebody get out. I don't know. So anyway, I have 10 main reasons out of a lot of reasons, but I picked 10 that a lot of Scientologists finally say, I've had enough of this crap and I am out of here. And they either leave through the proper channels that Scientology sets up for them, or they blow, which those of us that are on here a lot, we know that that means basically kiss my ass goodbye, and they leave. Sometimes in a car, sometimes on foot, sometimes in the trunk of a car, sometimes on a motorcycle. Whatever way they can leave, they leave. And when they do, that has to be absolutely terrifying. They have to have really come to the conclusion that it's basically life or death kind of a thing. And that is terribly sad. So anyway, I'm going to go through these fairly quick. I keep changing the way I'm sitting because my cat keeps wanting to nibble on my foot. She's driving me nuts. Anyway, number 1, physical assault. From Miscavige down to anyone, it seems that a lot of Scientologists seem to get off on assaulting each other. And if it's someone with a higher rank, you aren't allowed to defend yourself or anything. You can't, you can't even block. You're just supposed to sit there and take it. And they can be SA or just I hate to be like that, but they can be SA, or they can be a slap, a punch. They can drop a television on your head, throw a fax machine at you. There seems to be a whole lot of stuff going on. Yes, Reese, no toe nibbling. So, it's just, I don't know what makes them think that that's okay. That really bothers me. And you can be a small child or an adult or even elderly. They don't care. The physical and SA abuse in that cult is rampant. And the thing is that even being a victim is an offense. It's like against the rules to be a victim. Not really the rules, but you know what I mean. It's against the rules to be a victim. It makes you a degraded being. Or, what did you do to pull it in and all that? It's ridiculous. Number 2 is emotional abuse. And it could be just your normal mental or emotional abuse, bull baiting, even auditing. I mean, it's abusive and it's wrong. And the abusers are skilled at it, and they're skilled at twisting what you say and how you react to make it even more so. It's horrific. And it's abuse, just like hitting somebody is abuse. Emotional and verbal, all that abuse is just as damaging. It just leaves different scars, just leaves a different kind of scar. And again, you can be a child, you could be an adult, or you can even be an elderly person. And if they decide to abuse you, they're going to do it. Nothing stops them. And you can be getting physical abuse, SA, verbal abuse or emotional abuse. All the different abuses can all be happening at the same time. And it could be by somebody, just another member, somebody in authority, or it could even be a parent or just anyone. I've never heard of such constant abuse. I don't know. It just makes me sick. Number 3 is psychological blackmail. That would be like in the constant threats of violence, like you're always wondering when it's going to happen, or the threats of ruining your life. Because, what do? They look for your ruin, right? They gather all this information about you. They know everything. They know your deepest, darkest secrets. They know every single thing about you, and they know how to twist it. And they know how to just lie about it if they have to. And they know they can use it against you to get you to stay or to get you to do what they want you to do. And that is horrible. And again, that can be going on with all the rest of it. So the way I think about it is I'm kind of adding these on top of each other, because it seems to me like the ones that I have spoken with or listened to, that it's never just one thing. There's always this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. And so, I think that happens a lot. I think it happens more than we know. Number 4, the constant threats of physical safety or lack of physical safety. You just never know when it's going to happen. You never know when somebody's just going to walk up to you. You don't know when you're going to be doing your job and your superior's just going to flip his shit and throw a fax machine at you or just whatever. You just never know. And they'll pit each other against each other, which is so sad, and get you fighting within each other. It's not to mention the whole tattling thing, but it's just constant. It's constantly, you're afraid of physical or mental abuse. You know it's coming, you just don't know when. Number 5, their crappy health care or none, basically. No numbing for stitches or bone setting. Have you all listened to Liz Ferris when she talks about stuff that she suffered? I sit there and listen to her and I just cry. I just cannot imagine. I've had stitches. I've not had bone set, but my grandkids have had bone sets, and I can't imagine. Exactly, Dawn. What healthcare? Exactly. Yeah. And thank you for becoming a member, by the way. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. So it just, they don't even get Tylenol for headaches and toothaches or just anything. I mean, they work them like dogs, and they're bound to have muscle aches and all that. And they can't even get like an ibuprofen to help with the muscle aches. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, think about Lisa McPherson. Think about what kind of health care did she get? They took her out of a hospital where she was getting, you know, that she was getting health care. But the problem being is she was probably going to get some mental health care too. And they can't have that. I don't understand. I don't mean this like this, but I can understand if they've got a beef with the mental health thing. Okay. But it's like, give people some Tylenol, give them some cough medicine. I mean, it's just that they can't because they're supposed to be able to cure everything. But what do y'all want to bet? I mean, first of all, we know that LRH was taking every pill under the sun. I mean, he was a drug addled fool and always was, while he's preaching to them not to take, anything. He's taking everything, right? So, I mean, the hypocrisy of it is ridiculous. Do as I say, not as I do. But I'll bet you one thing. I got to thinking about this, and little Davy and Tiny Tom, they're getting older, y'all. And a lot of times when men get older, no shame. I'm not throwing shade, but let's think about it. And they start getting older, a lot of times they start having to take those little blue pills, or they have to, the whole Cialis thing. What do you want to bet that if they want or need those, that those are readily available? Probably anything they want. I bet you, Tom, when he does those Mission Impossible movies, I bet that if he's got an ache or pain, I bet he gets any medicine he wants. And it just shows just the hypocrisy of it, the absolute hypocrisy, and that they know the tech does not work. They know it, which, I mean, to me, I'm like, duh. But, I can see, especially David, he was brought up in it and everything too. I can understand that he's indoctrinated to it and everything. Tom, I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? But, you know, if you believe it, you believe it. I've believed some crazy stuff in my life, so, But they know it doesn't work. But they still make these others stand by that. Number 6, filthy, unhealthy living conditions. I mean, who has the time to clean their rooms, right, whenever they're working 40 to 80 hours a week? 18, 20-hour days, sometimes more, doing hard labor. And I mean, that's just to make the public areas of the cult look good so that nobody, thinks bad of them. But, if you go upstairs, it's just gross. What I want to know is how do they keep those roaches upstairs in all the living quarters and not slipping on down there where everybody's at? That's what I want to know. Because those little boogers, I told y'all one time we had those years ago. It was a whole big old deal. It was horrible. I was like, ugh. But anyway, they don't just stay in one area. Those little boogers, they are fast and nosy. They go everywhere. So I just wonder, how do they keep them in the upstairs part? I don't know how that happens. But anyway, can you imagine all those stinky kids after working, and or even teenagers and adults? They've been working all day, and they have to take turns and basically make appointments to use the showers and the laundry facilities and all that. You can only do it certain hours. Can you imagine the stench? And how do they get cleaned up so that they look okay to the public? I mean, everything is just about how they look to the public. Probably a lot of Febreze and stuff going on. But, I know they got to look good or they'll be in trouble. I mean, that's plain and simple. And then all those other things of abuse come into play. Number 7 is that crazy physical labor with no regard for OSHA. Absolutely dangerous. I can it makes me sick to think, because I mean, like, even my husband, he has an office job, and there's rules that they have to follow in the office. Y'all, I am so thirsty today. I'm sorry. I was talking a lot today. But anyway, they work themselves half to death, and they $47 a week, and it's a whole mess. And I mean, cleaning toilets and floors with a toothbrush if you get in any kind of trouble, or if Davey comes by and you lock eyes with him, or he gets mad at you for some reason, he might have you licking the floor. See, I could not be. Y'all, I could not be a Scientologist, especially like a Sea Org Scientologist, because I would break every one of these rules. Like, you can't hit somebody back. I hit them back. And I taught my girls, you better not start a fight, but if somebody starts one with you, you better finish it. And that's how I grew up. I don't start them, but I'm going to finish them. Yeah, I would use David's toothbrush. Absolutely. Mr. Manners loves the teacup. Isn't that funny? Anyway, number 8. We're almost done with these, y'all. The information bubble. They get no news, no internet. Their mail gets read, and if there's anything from anybody that has anything negative, that is redacted out. They're not going to get any information. Even the public Scientologists are afraid to seek information or to accidentally run into it. So they won't even get on the internet and stuff any more than necessary. They will absolutely hide from any kind of anything that's talking about Scientology, or any ex-Scientologists, or apparently any protesters, because apparently we're terrifying standing out there. Not me personally. I want to so bad, but we as a general, we are absolutely terrifying to these Scientologists with their little telephones. I mean, that's all it needs is a cell phone, and you are absolutely terrifying. And the thing is that there's no need in Scientology for a good education, because, Hubbard said that as long as they could read and do simple math, that was plenty. They weren't going to need anything else. So, some of them probably don't even know how to read very good, or how to navigate the internet if they did get onto it or something. Or it's just a mess. But anyway, the information bubble is definitely a way of keeping them there. And if they get any bit of information, can you imagine? Like, if they get a little bit of information and they don't immediately die of pneumonia or something, if they just see people that care, see former Scientologists, if they break out of that bubble, that's a reason that a lot of them leave, is that they realize, you know what, I'm being lied to. This is not how it really is. And so, yeah, there's a information bubble, but bubbles can pop. And that's why I am so for the protesters, as I think that they are a big means to pop those bubbles. And what if nothing else that gets them wondering, and then maybe they'll seek information from all of us that are on here talking about it. So it's like a, we all have our part to play in this, and we work together, right? Everybody's important. What do I say? Every voice raises the volume. So absolutely, I saw that reading the room is definitely something they don't learn. Absolutely. Number 9, bizarre belief system. If they don't run before, many of them hit the road once that they learn all about Zeno and the whole alien theory and the Jedi powers and all that stuff. And they're just like, what the holy hell are you even talking about? I mean, can you imagine, honestly, that you have worked your butt off, you have put up with abuse, you have, all this stuff, and you get to these upper levels, and then all of a sudden you learn about Xenu and the volcanoes and the ice cubes in the ocean and thetans and body thetans, and that you're going to get Jedi powers and, superhuman powers. And if you're there, you're probably going, well, where the hell my powers at? So that in itself causes some people to run. I was trying to imagine. I was talking to Mark about it, and I said, "Can you honestly?" Yeah, me too. Sounds like my previous marriage. Can you imagine getting to that point and then hearing about that stuff? All this time, you thought there was going to be some amazing thing, you know, and then that's what you hear. Mm. And number 10, y'all, repetitious. I can't say the word. Repetitious. I got it. Yeah. Indoctrination. It's like that song, the song that never ends, or Baby Shark, or one of those that it runs on repeat constantly. It never stops. That's what their indoctrination is like. And all the constant forced study. I mean, they've got to be thinking there has got to be something better than this. Something. And all the hip hip hoorays of some dead guy. The ones, I mean, sure, the the older generations, a lot of them knew him, or their parents knew of him, or they knew of him shortly after he died or dropped the body, whatever. But these young kids today, I just wonder what they think when they're having to stand there and hip hip hooray this old fart with like baked bean teeth. I mean, ugh, just again, I couldn't do it. Ugh. The auditing, the bull baiting, the forced labor, the slavery, the whole mess just eventually proves too much for a lot of Scientologists, and they just run. If they're lucky, the lucky ones make it out, but sadly, some don't. They either just stay out of fear of losing their family, fear of, you know, I don't know, fear of everything. They've been taught that we're awful and that it's dangerous out here, and I can only imagine. And far too often, they do unsubscribe from life, y'all, which is horrifying to me that it would get to that point, that a church, right? Think about that. A church would lead somebody to thinking that was the only way out. And if it's right, even Hubbard's son took that way out. He didn't know of another way. And it breaks my heart, and it makes me love every single one of these second and third gens, that or gems, as I like to call them, as we all like to call them. Thank you, Marilyn. It makes me love them more. It makes me like, they absolutely have my heart and have my support, because they made it out. They made it out. They were strong enough to get out alive. And some of them have siblings that didn't. And it absolutely breaks my heart. Absolutely. I just, I've read about Liz Gale's brother, and it absolutely just guts me. I love Liz, and it just guts me. I can't even imagine. Scientology members are taught that the end justifies the means, that it's okay to be abused because, you deserve it, or it'll make you a better Scientologist, or, who knows what all they say, but they justify it, that it's okay. That the abuse will make them better, which is just absolute hogwash. They are always the problem. It's never the tech, it's always the person. They often don't know that others are being abused in the ways that we talked about in the beginning of this. Especially SA, it's so hush hush, and it's hidden. They often don't know about any of that until they leave, and they're like, wait a minute, you too? Like they said that several of the ones on the Aftermath TV show, documentary, that they really didn't, they really didn't know that all these others were having all these issues too. They thought that it was them. They thought they were doing something wrong, that the tech wasn't working for them. So although we were absolutely horrified by that whole documentary, a lot of them were too. And a lot of them since then that haven't watched that, as they get out, they're just absolutely gutted by what they find out when they get out here, that they find out it wasn't just them. So it just, it breaks my heart. Pedophilia's covered up. They believe that they deserve it, or they brought it in. They caused it. How does a child bring that in? It's like, why does her name always escape me? Oh my gosh. Kelly Copter. Thank you. I absolutely adore Kelly Copter. And for some reason, her name is the name that just floats right out of my head every time I start to say something about it. But how in the hell did she bring in them thinking she was a suppressant person at 6 years old? How? That's abuse, y'all. That's child abuse. It's just horrific. And the fact that they didn't give her up for adoption because they didn't want to put that off on another couple makes me just want to be her mama. I know she's got Marilyn, but can I be an aunt? Kelly, if you're listening, I'm Auntie Susie. Aunt Susie, Aunt Susie, whatever. Girl, I'm here for you. They also, when they get out, or when they're getting out, they find out about all these hate sites. And often it's about people that they know. Like Aaron. He's got an entire site devoted to hating him. Well, there's Scientologists in there that know that he's not what all they said he is. And can you imagine? They're like, wait a minute, I know him, or I know her, or, I know these people. They're not that. Or wait a minute, they're saying this, and they're being called a liar, but it's happening to me too. And I'm not lying. So in some ways, those hate sites can work against OSA. And, it's like the other side of the coin, right? It's not just a nutty alien cult, y'all. It's dangerous. And the thing is most of them don't really know exactly how dangerous it is until they either start to leave or they leave. And that's why we have the SPTV Foundation, is to help those people. And I forgot to put that up again. Good Lord. So if you or anyone you know needs help leaving Scientology or have left Scientology and you still need help, sometimes it can just be you need information. There is all the contact information for the SPTV Foundation. Um, if you see a protester, go to them. They're all there to help you. I know some of them act crazy and some of them act like they're, just walking around doing nothing, but they're all there to help you. When you walk up to them and you tell them what you need, no matter how crazy or how quiet they're being, they're going to focus on you and they're going to take care of you. Contact the foundation, protesters, contact any of us on SPTV. There are like 200 channels. It's unbelievable. Can you imagine? Like Nora said yesterday that there used to be 8 and now there's over 200. It's amazing. And in closing, this takes a lot, y'all, because I really hate to quote him, but Chris Shelton said, Scientology is always worse than you think. And that is pretty just simple and to the point. It just, I have to agree with him. There's a lot of stuff he says I agree with. I just, yeah. I'm going to go to my chat. I'm going to try to back up to where I was. I'm seeing some of them go by. I hate when my chat does that. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden where it, hold on a second. Yeah, I got that one. Okay. So I'm missing some of you and I'm sorry. My chat has started where when I go to scroll up, it like cuts off a bunch of them and that upsets me. So Poet says he's sending good vibes. People saying hi to Cricket. Yeah. Poet says my decade-long disaster of a marriage fits the bill. Yeah, absolutely. Poet says people leave when they reach their breaking point. I stayed with my ex way longer than I should have. Absolutely. And like I said, that goes for any kind of high control relationship. It can be a cult. It can be your job. It can be a fraternity or sorority. There's no end to how many people get into these things that are just high control. Yeah. As I always told my daughters, you're the one, or you're the only one, who will know when you've had enough. Very good, Mischief. Absolutely. Yes. Reese, no toe nibbling. I know it. She just, if I cross my legs so one foot's kind of, up off the ground, then she nibbles on it. So I'll sit just flat footed, but then that gets uncomfortable. So I cross my legs again. Well, then she's like sitting there and she just nibbles on those toes. So I'm constantly moving and it's because she's a little monster. So again, thank you, Dawn. Yes, hit that thumbs up and the like and subscribe buttons and the notifications. Yeah, Watt Healthcare. Yeah, exactly, Dawn. Yep. LRH told them that physical assault was okay if you thought it was needed. Well, I don't think it's ever needed. Exactly. This is absolutely true. I think they have to decide which they're more fearful of, Scientology or the outside world. That is very, very true. Just realized you'd never been a member? Oh, well, it's fine. Yeah, ham it up again. It's the things about Tom's life that he cannot let the world know under any circumstances. Absolutely. There's a lot there. A whole lot. Your Mac needed a cognitive recalibration. I had to do that right before I went online. That's why I was a few seconds late. I looked up and my camera wasn't working. The microphone was working, but the camera wasn't working. And I thought it was because I had plugged in like an actual microphone to try out. And so I unhooked that, but my camera was still not working. So I had to like shut everything down and start back. Ugh. I'm glad I looked up and noticed it. True. The bugs and roaches are scared of the squirrel Dave as squirrels eat bugs. True. Mischief Managed loves my teacup. I got that on Amazon. I thought it was very cute. Since I'm drinking so much tea now, I drink way more tea than I do coffee, and it's caffeine free, so that's actually better for me. I would use Dave's toothbrush. Dawn's back. Yeah. Convent boarding school, mail open, no TV or radio, constant supervision. But at least we were getting a good education and not beaten up. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't imagine. Yeah. Baffles me that anyone could read OT3 and not bail out immediately. That's exactly. And that is a point where a lot leave. A lot of that is based on Darvo. Yeah. Quit. I'm telling you, she's like, now she started nibbling them even when they're on the ground. Yeah, I think that the hate sites can absolutely backfire on the church. I mean, you know, they underestimate people. For one thing, if somebody is, that hated, I'm going to check out what they're saying that's making them so hated because I'm just that way. I just, overthink everything. And then if I look at it, I'm going to be like, let's dig a little deeper because I deep dive everything. Everything. Yes, there's the link to the SPTV Foundation. Yes, we can still help our friend Natalie. Absolutely. She was on again today. She is a rock star, y'all. She said she's put on like 15 pounds, not just in the last week, but during this latest struggle. Girl looks great. I mean, and at 15 pounds and I could still wear a size medium, I would be like, oh, well, I'm going to keep eating those cookies. Yeah, if you enjoy Susie's content and like hanging out here, don't forget to hit the big hey y'all to the like and subscribe, or don't forget to give a big hey y'all to the like and subscribe buttons. Absolutely. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I've got some prep to do for a show that I'm going to do tomorrow and some prep I'm going to do for a show on Thursday. I will probably announce that tonight or else in the morning. I'm kind of deciding when to announce it because I'm pretty excited. So that will be coming up soon. I just appreciate you so much. And if you're on the replay and you've got a channel, just leave some kind of little message and tell us that you've got a channel so we can all go subscribe to you. All we have to do is hit your little picture and it'll take us straight to your channel. I am always welcoming new channels or even old channels that maybe just need some new subscribers, or if you just need watch hours or whatever you need. Same goes to the ones that are in the chat. If you've got a channel, come back after this is over and make a comment in the comment section so that we can all go and subscribe to you. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. My husband's bringing home dinner. I called him and I said, can you bring home some burritos? I really just want a burrito. So he's going to stop somewhere, I'm not sure where, and get me a burrito. And he should be here any minute. He usually comes in early. He was late yesterday, but I love you all. And I plan to be back tomorrow. I've actually got one that I'm going to do on, it's actually about multiple cults and some of the celebrities that you may or may not have known that were either raised or got into cults. And so I found it very interesting when I was looking into it. So that's what I've got planned for tomorrow, unless something else comes up. So I'm planning to be here tomorrow, and then I'm absolutely thrilled. Now, on Thursday, we will be going live at 2 on my time, Central. So mark your calendars for 2:00 Central on Thursday. I do have that time set up. And so I will see you all then, hopefully see you tomorrow. And I'll probably be on everybody else's chats. I'll be in the chats on pretty much everybody tonight. So I love seeing all of you all and just have a blessed day. I love you guys. Mwah. Love you. It's not wanting to end.